good to go. For one time in the past few weeks, we actually don't have Night of Mirror or Night of versus ED. So that's really damn beautiful right now. So first quarterfinal happening right now. Shots is in turn 60 Banana Man. Oh yeah. Of course. The guy with goddamn Mr. Fister 69 is the name. Never mind. It's great though. Anyway, we have Sonik versus PracticeMan. With the grid looking like this right now. It's Foggy versus Rudan, and Isle of Mirror. Then this is PracticeMan versus Sonik, which we're watching right now. Anima is probably waiting for Remind. The Remind in the round before that actually kicked me out. So that's what happened there. And we have Happy versus Orc Workers, so we actually have every single race in the quarterfinals for once, which is quite a pleasant surprise. Let's hope it stays that way for some time. We have the standard Archmage, Demon Hunter as well. Altar is actually really close to the creep camp. Seems like Sonik wants to go aggressive as soon as possible. So he just wants his Demon Hunter to be out right away at the creep camp, and then he can take it a bit faster than usual. Like 1 or 2 seconds maybe. Which doesn't sound like much, but it can make a difference for sure.
A town is under siege.
And it's a nice thing to do. Now PracticeMan, he's just chilling here. Let's see if he's gonna go for expansion. From the looks of it, he will be going for expansion because he's already getting a third farm. Because with Rifle Push he would usually do farm tech on this map, I believe. But let's see what he's gonna do there. Who could that be? Yeah, Sonik could definitely be the case. That's a nice suggestion by Mr. PTK. Sonik is gonna wreck him? Probably yes. Well, most definitely actually. Sonik is not even trying to go for a Wisp Detonate though on the Water Metal. I don't understand why people don't do that. Like, it's so good. Well, then again, if you're well prepared for this human, it's fine, but still costs you quite some time.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the second engine of war, Sonik is going for the Huntress all-in. He will be doing it. We've seen it last week from him already as well in this matchup. The thing is, it seems like Sonik wants to go for double engine of 4 Huntresses, but PracticeMan doesn't really want to go for a fast expansion. He's actually attacking now. So he's just going for a free farm tech. I'm not sure if that's so great, honestly, because he just got 1 additional footman with that farm. No additional peasants, so his number economy still sucks as much as it would with a 2 farm tech. Only that his tech is later, so he has more time to get lumber.
Player's forces are under attack.
Sonik now, he's still finishing the Ancient of War. Will Sonik just tech now, or will he still try to Huntress all in? That's a question here. I don't know if Huntress all in can still work out against tech. So not sure if that's still really viable, but PracticeMan is doing a nice job here so far. Getting some economy harass done, which is really quite necessary for that kind of rifle push. Well, I guess then again, building the third farm is already worth it just because Sonik scouted it. And if Sonik scouts it, he's like, oh, that's probably expansion. If he doesn't scout a third farm, he knows that it's tech. So that's also kind of nice in that regard, I guess. But Sonik, it seems like he wants to come into Mass Huntresses on tier 1, even though PracticeMan is not expanding. Now, Mass Huntresses is really awesome on this map if human is expanding, because you have the healing fountain here, which is right next to the human's natural. The natural is really hard to creep, so the human takes a lot of damage in the process. You can damage him heavily there, especially with 1 good Wisp Detonate. And human doesn't have anything to lock down your Huntresses except for surrounds and blocks. And Huntresses have a lot of movement speed, so in general it's almost impossible to kill a single Huntress if Night of Micros really well. Unless you get a surround or you block really well. Which is not so easy to do. When you have to creep at the same time and all that. And then you can always heal up at Healing Fund. They have free healing basically. They don't have to spend the Moonwell juice for it, so Night Elf with infinite healing is incredibly strong in that regard. So that's why that is so strong, and that's why Sonik is also going for it. But now he also started his tech as well, because he knows that this is not a fast expansion by PracticeMan. It's a tech instead. Sonik still invests into some huntresses to get full map control, to make sure that his wisps are safe. And it just gets some pressure going now. The thing is though, we don't have an observer board sadly with the spot. There's the Naga, but the Naga is quite exposed already. She will actually die. She's so dead. Well then again, I expected Sonik to get like a surround or a good block, but for some reason he just didn't do anything there. Swap the boots on the Naga, but she's still gonna die, because Demon Hunter just has more base movement speed. So even with boots, Demon Hunter just catches up on the Naga, because, well, just idle things. And now, the thing about Rifle Push is you need to have a really decent early game and a decent mid game, where you don't like lose everything, but PracticeMan so far it's looking incredibly bad for him. Because his Naga died already, he had to TP, everything is slow. Sonik can still apply a shit ton of pressure if he just right-clicks the altar or the farm or the main building. Doesn't really matter. Hunter's Place will do quite some work there. There's no shop for PracticeMan yet. He might lose the game right here, right now.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's in a really shitty spot. Because if you get into such a bad position with Rifle Push once, it's usually over. Because it's just not going to be strong enough anymore. Unless you dealt a lot of economy damage in early game. Which is not really the case. Well, he dealt quite some economy damage, but still. Considering how hard he's getting wrecked right now, it probably doesn't really matter so much anymore. Still needs a shop. He still needs... Actually, he's getting long rifles already, so it's good to go with lumber. Still needs rifle upgrades though. He needs priest production. He's like 2 priests, 1 Sonik, 1 breaker if possible.
Under attack.
Fire pushes, and there's even the panda. Like, Sonik is so confident that he thinks that he can even go into panda instead of Naga, which means that he thinks that he will probably be able to get level 3 before the rifle push hits him. Which tells a lot about this game, and which that also tells a lot about Sonic's view on the game right now. Big invul potion, that's just perfect for the Demon Hunter as well. That's 15 seconds of him doing whatever he wants. 15 seconds is probably enough to kill a Naga. If he's not getting heavily blocked or something. Double Ancient Floor coming in, more Wisps, so Sonik not going for the instant tier 3 tech. Instead, going for Ancients of Lore and probably some Dryads, because he knows that he will not be able to get bears in time. He also knows that Human is still quite vulnerable, so he's just dealing some nice damage here. Losing a lot in the process though, it's still easily worth it though, I would say. Because all that Sonik needs to do in this game is buy time for bears. If he buys enough time for master bears against the rifle push, it's over. And he still killed a rifle, he killed a Naga, he killed like a priest here, I think. Or a footman, not sure. First attack upgrade coming in here, that panda is definitely gonna get out of there. It's all 2.5 Archmage. Panda is actually catching up with Archmage XP even. There we go, tier 3 tech is coming in, bear adept upgrade already. And yeah, Sonik lost quite some huntresses there, but it's a worthy trade. Because he buys so much time with it still. And all he needs is time, really. His huntresses wouldn't have done so much for defending against the rifle push. But the bears will do, and he will get enough time for the bears, the way that he's playing this right now. PracticeMan needs to hit before master upgrade is finished, else he's done. Sonik is quite short on lumber now. Also kind of short on resources right now. But he has a heal scroll already, he has that invul potion. Demon Hunter is level 3.5. If he gets a level 3 panda still, that would be really good. Bad thing is he lost his Ancient of War. Never mind, he actually didn't lose it. So you can still easily creep this now, that's a level 3 panda. Unless PracticeMan has something to say about that. And it does look like he has something to say about that. PracticeMan does have a shop, so he can get breaker. Really need to get it right now, but 40 supply on it. It's really not good for him right now. Archmage out of mana as well. There is still more slow. No staff for Sonik, but there's Reacher, so he easily gets out of there anyway. Level 3 panda would be really damn nice for Sonik. He's not gonna be able to get that anymore though, I guess. But that's okay, as long as he has enough time for Master Burst, and he has enough time for that, it looks like.
A player's forces are
Because he will have at least 4 Master Bursts on tier 3. Maybe even 5. You've got to be kidding me, he just got the Auger matchup with a mana burn. PracticeMan is so fucked, dude. Like he's just done. Sonik is trading with 2 heroes against a full army. I mean, he has decent hero levels, but compared to the ones of Sonik, it's like, doesn't really matter. Tier 3 is finished. Needs 20 more lumber for Master Bear upgrade, but he will get that. He finally has a Spellbreaker, 2 Priests, 1 Sork, that's what I was talking about earlier. So he has the army that he needs against bears, but, well, he needs more Sorks, if there's Master Bears already. And also looking at the resources, he doesn't have the second attack upgrade for rifles yet. It's 175 lumber. He doesn't have enough peasants anymore to do a proper tower push, he doesn't have the lumber for it anyway. And Sonik, he's like, I'll just move out of my whole army and just creep. Like, Sonik feels so comfortable right now in this game that he basically is doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's feeling incredibly comfortable in this game. Because he knows that it's just over right now if PracticeMan tries to tower push into his base. I mean, level 4, level 3. Well, close to level 4. Level 3 Panda, he has a... he has a shop. Pretty defensive as well, so you can always get mana potions. No Up of Venom yet, actually, he still needs that one. But he's actually going for the base of the human player now. And there is no TP. And with 5 bears with Roar, that base is even open. Okay, it's so over. This will just be disgusting now to see. This is really just disgusting. Sonik still has a TP, that keep is dead. It's dead. There's nothing PracticeMan can do. It's gone. It's over. That main building will die. Actually, there is a TP coming in, okay, it will not necessarily die, but it still doesn't matter. Because he lost every single peasant. He's not gonna get a single bear killed if Sonik TP's out of time, while he still has his staff too. Sonik actually not picking up the peasants, so Sonik... They're what? Never mind, he loses 1 bear, but... Trading 1 bear for a shit ton of time, and so many peasants, is perfectly fine. I mean, he lost a TP, yeah, but PracticeMan had to get a TP as well. Got Rune Bracers, that really kinda sucks. It's just trying to get some more creeping done now, but 46 supply against 52. Sonik even breaking upkeep already. It's ridiculous how comfortable Sonik feels in this game. He just knows that it's over. Because usually I would say it's completely over yet, but the thing is it's Sonik and it's PracticeMan. Don't want to pull PracticeMan down here or something, but he just doesn't hold up with Sonik, I guess. And at this point, you can really see it in Sonic's playstyle. How confident he is that he will win this game, and he's just doing it fast, basically. Now getting Dryades as well, so he will have more than enough Dispel against the slow, because there's barely any slow anyway. PracticeMan still doesn't even have full gold income again, so he's behind 400 gold already. That will become even more, because he's still lacking 1 peasant. He has no more lumber economy at all. And Sonik has really sick hero levels too. If he just killed the Ancient Fall while it was building in the middle game, would be a lot different. I don't know.
A player's forces are
Sonik didn't even necessarily need it, but yeah. Killing it instead of going for base might have been better, but he also needed to go into base to get some economy damage done. Anyway, the fight is breaking out now. It is probably PracticeMan's best chance still to get a fight now, because it's not getting any better for him with time. So far he's microing stuff back quite nicely, but, well, micro doesn't help so much against Breath of Fire, sadly. And now everything just starts falling. He has to run back with everything. Archmage is getting completely destroyed. Naga will be falling quite soon if she doesn't pull it and will push. Archmage is dead. He's actually not surrounded. Actually, Ahmed still alive. Sonik could have closed this around there and just killed him, but, well, that's still enough with the Invul Potion here. Naga, she can still pull the Invul Potion, but it's over anyway. That's what I meant. 35 supply against 58. This game was over for quite some time already, and Sonik knew it. I mean, like, that Breath of Fire is just disgusting. GG, 1-0 for Sonik.